Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be diving into the December reading of 2024. Now, Taurus, as we're leaning into the energy right now, what I want to bring to the surface is the fact of we can only give what it is that we have. And what we're seeing right now is that your psychic senses has been very, very limited, which is not actually like you, Taurus. You are a highly in tune person. You are fully connected. And usually when you have big decisions to make about your life, your psychic senses will drop through and you get an intuitive nudge. What we've been noticing is you've been experiencing some confusion around different areas of your life. And this confusion has felt a little bit like a tug of war. And so one minute you feel really, really good, and the next minute you're purging and you're processing. And so when it comes down to, let's say, relationships, one minute you feel good in the relationship, the next minute you're questioning things. One minute you feel really, really good in your money, the next minute you're questioning things. The energy has been feeling a lot like that tug of war energy and not quite knowing where it is that you stand. Now, what Spirit is showcasing is you're going through an up level and a purge at the same time. And so you're up leveling, you're uprising, but you're purging, you're releasing, you're shedding. And this is creating this double-ended energy for you because yes, you're arriving at this really strong point in your life where you're anchoring into a new identity, but you're also cleansing an identity that is no longer serving you. And so the purging isn't going anywhere very quickly. You're still going to have the moments of purge. And the way that you're best going to get through this is by giving yourself permission to feel. I do feel like there's a lot of toxic behavior that's been released this month for you. And this is toxic behavior that has been quite a self-protection over time, where other people's energy has made you move in certain ways. Maybe financially you had to move in certain ways so that you could protect yourself, protect your children. Maybe it's that certain relationships left you feeling vulnerable, and so you've overprotected from vulnerability. Whatever the situation is, you had a reason why you were moving in the way that you were moving. However, you've now had to see that this reason is no longer valid. I know that you wanted to protect yourself. I know that you wanted something to blame. I know you wanted to blame the clients or the friends or the family. Nobody was to blame but you, Taurus. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's so, so needed. What I'm seeing is you became so depleted because you gave and you gave and you gave and you gave, but you didn't give to yourself. Now, it's interesting because I'm a Taurus and I've been through this journey myself the last couple of months, right? And as I'm coming into Taurus, we're now, coming into December, and I'm starting to feel that pull of my life back, right? I'm getting that expansion feeling back. And when I look at the Taurus energy right now, a lot of us in the Taurus sign, we're going through needing to realize that the inner journey is the most important thing. Now, a lot of us knew what we needed to be doing to be serving ourselves, whether that be exercise routines, health routines, rituals, spiritual practices. We knew what we needed to do to serve ourselves, but we weren't doing it. We were avoiding ourselves. And it's the simple things right now that are going to create the biggest shifts in your life right now, Taurus. And so whilst you might think you're being very proactive towards the things that you want in your life and your goals and putting all your focus into this vision for the future, actually, the simple things are the big things. And I know this myself because recently I've started going to bed at 9:30 at night, getting into my granny era, doing a little bit of reading from 9 till past, and then going to bed and going to sleep. And I feel like, not to be dramatic, but I feel like my whole life is shifted because I feel so much more grounded and safe in myself. I feel so much more anchored in my energy. And it's the little things like that, Taurus, that you're just not doing. You are going right now, and you need to learn how to ground. The grounding is the shift for you. And it's like, does everything have to have a reason? Sometimes we just get to be happy. You do not need a sign right now that money is coming, that business is working, that things are happening. Sometimes you just need to be happy. And right now you just need to be happy. You are looking externally for a sign. Just be happy. Just be content. Do what you need to do to fill your cup and be in that personal relationship with yourself, because this isn't about getting to a destination. This is about you evolving in a spiritual mental level where you see the value in just being happy and just being content. Now, Taurus, when I'm looking at the energy, things are definitely shifting. It's a funny shift that's happening for you right now because you've got numerous energies that you're experiencing at once. So there's this big, I can see the future, and then there's this, something else to purge. And so whatever dead ends you had in your life, situations, people, energy, things that were no longer serving you, chop chop, they are going, and they're going for a reason. You've felt them going for some time. You've felt certain people in your life distancing themselves from you. You felt certain people changing. You now have to honor that change. You now have to honor that shift. And it's like, okay, I'm sending you on your way. There's certain people in your life who you think very highly of. However, in thinking highly of them, sometimes you have to let them make their own mistakes. And so it's not your job to stop people from making those mistakes. Push them in the direction that they need to be. Let them go down the pathway they need to go. Those mistakes need to be had so that they can learn and they can go through a lesson. I feel like you want to protect certain people from doing certain things that you've been through, that you've already experienced. They're not ready for it, and that's okay. And so you need to send them on their way. That could be friendships, could be family members, could be clients. If they're not ready, send them on their way. Let them realize those mistakes for themselves. Now, what I do feel is that stepping back into your energy field, there's been a little bit of victim mode that we're now shifting out of. There's been a lot of energy that's not been serving. There's been a lot of up-leveling. What I am noticing is now a time of just kind of like chilling out a little bit. Distracting yourself from things and what you think you need and just spending time with yourself. If December feels unmotivated, let December feel unmotivated. If December feels like you don't have clarity, let it feel like you don't have clarity. You don't need direct answer. You don't need understanding yet. Like sometimes you just need to be. And right now is definitely a time of just being, Taurus. Right now is a time of just giving yourself permission to be. What I will say is that you'll go into 2025 with the people that you need around you. The people that are not there for a reason. It can feel like sometimes we want to hold on to those relationships. Let them go. Let them go. At the end of the day, if they're not meant to be here, they're not meant to be here. I do feel drawn, and as much as my Delulu self is like, hell no, I do feel drawn that this is a time of realism. And so there's some realistic viewpoints that are coming in right now. These are not coming in to bog you down, to densify the energy, to hold you backwards. These are actually coming in to up-level you, to uprise you. And so you're meant to allow yourself to go through a journey of thinking realistically. The realistic thought process is actually going to majorly serve you in grounding into this expansion. And so the realistic thought process is all about, what do I need to do to get to my goals, and how can I think more long term? You're not going to get there as fast as possible. We also don't need to get there as fast as possible. We need to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes next time, that we build our foundation strong. There's a lot of security and root chakra energy that's happening for you right now, Taurus. And so how you build is so important. Don't be thinking short term, because this is when you try to move from a temporary buzz. You try to move from a temporary buzz from a relationship, from work, from money, rather than what is serving me for the long term and how can I make sure that I prioritize that long-term energy inside of my life. Now, if this has resonated, please do drop me a like and subscribe down below and stay tuned for more monthly content.